Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you for a moment because a lot of men are confused. You think attraction is loud. You think if a woman likes you, she has to say it, show it, or chase you. But that's not how women work. Women are emotional beings first. They don't always express attraction with words. They express it with behavior. See, when a woman is emotionally attracted to you, she doesn't rush. She studies you. She watches how you handle pressure, how you treat people, how you react when things don't go your way. Emotional attraction is quiet, but it's powerful. One of the first signs is this: she remembers small things about you, things you forgot you even said. Your favorite food, a story from your childhood, something you mentioned once in passing. That's not accidental. That's emotional investment. A woman does not store information about a man she doesn't care about. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something that most men completely overlook. When a woman is emotionally attracted to you, her mind does something very different. She doesn't just hear what you say and let it pass. She stores it. She holds on to it. She remembers the smallest details about you, even the ones you forgot you ever shared. And that right there is not coincidence, it's connection. See, memory follows emotion. A woman does not remember things about a man she feels nothing for. If she recalls your favorite meal, the way you take your coffee, the song you said reminds you of your childhood, or that story you told once late at night, that means you left an emotional imprint on her. Her heart flagged that information as important. Not because it was big, but because you were. When a woman is emotionally drawn to you, she listens differently. She's not waiting for her turn to speak. She's not half paying attention. She's fully present. Her mind is connecting dots. She's learning you. And when she brings those details back later, maybe weeks or months down the line, that's her subconscious saying, this man matters to me. You see, women connect through emotional memory. They attach feelings to moments, to words, to experiences. So when she remembers that you had a rough childhood, or that you're passionate about your dreams, or that you get quiet when you're stressed, that's not just memory, that's emotional awareness. She's tuning into who you are beneath the surface. A woman who remembers small details is showing you that she values you. She's saying, without words, I see you. And let me tell you something powerful. Being seen is one of the deepest human needs. When a woman notices the little things about you, it means you've crossed from being just another man into someone significant in her emotional world. And it's not about impressing her with grand gestures. Emotional attraction grows in the quiet moments, the casual conversations, the unguarded laughs, the late night talks where you said something real. She remembers those because they made her feel something. And feelings are what women attach to. You might think, man, that was nothing. But to her, it wasn't. It showed vulnerability. It showed authenticity. It showed consistency. And those are the things that make a woman emotionally invest. When she brings up something you told her a long time ago, she's also signaling safety. She felt safe enough to absorb you, safe enough to care, safe enough to remember. Women don't emotionally store information about men they don't trust or don't see a future with. So fellas, pay attention. If a woman remembers the small things, the things you didn't even think mattered, that's one of the clearest signs she's emotionally attracted to you, because attraction isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, stored in memory, and revealed when you least expect it. Ladies and gentlemen, when a woman begins to open up emotionally to you, you need to understand how serious that moment really is. This is not something she does lightly. Women protect their emotions because emotions are where they feel the most. So when she starts sharing her inner world with you, she's not just talking, she's trusting. You see, emotional attraction shows up when a woman allows herself to be vulnerable. She talks about her fears, her past disappointments, the things that hurt her, and the dreams she's still unsure about. She's not saying these things to entertain you. She's saying them because she feels safe enough to let her guard down in your presence. A woman can laugh with many men. She can joke, flirt, and socialize. But she only opens her heart to the man she feels emotionally connected to. When she tells you about her struggles, she's inviting you into a space most people never get access to. That's a powerful sign that you matter to her on a deeper level. Listen closely. When she shares personal stories, she's watching how you respond. She's paying attention to whether you listen without judging, whether you try to fix everything or whether you simply understand. Emotional attraction grows when a woman feels heard, not corrected. She wants to know if you can hold her emotions without dismissing them. When she opens up, it also means she sees you as emotionally mature. She believes you can handle her truth. Women don't expose their emotional layers to men they think are careless, immature, or emotionally unavailable. If she's opening up to you, she already sees you as someone stable, grounded, and trustworthy. Sometimes her vulnerability will come out unexpectedly. A quiet moment, a sudden confession, a story she's never told anyone. Don't miss what's happening. That's her testing emotional safety, not your strength. If you respond with patience and empathy, the emotional bond deepens. If you brush it off, she pulls back. Opening up is also a form of emotional intimacy. It creates closeness without physical touch. It builds a bridge between two hearts. When a woman shares her inner thoughts with you, she's not just bonding. She is attaching emotionally. That attachment doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly with each honest conversation. You might notice she talks to you differently than she talks to others. Her tone softens. Her words become more personal. She asks deeper questions. That's because emotional attraction shifts the way a woman communicates. She wants to be understood by you, not just liked by you. And here is the most important thing to remember. When a woman opens up emotionally, she is risking something. She is risking rejection, misunderstanding, or indifference. Women don't take that risk unless the emotional pull is already there. So, fellas, if a woman is opening her heart to you, listen carefully. Respect it. Because that kind of emotional access is one of the clearest signs that she is emotionally attracted to you, and she inviting you into something real. Ladies and gentlemen, when a woman is emotionally attracted to you, she doesn't always say, "I miss you," or "I need you." Instead, she finds reasons to stay connected. And this is where a lot of men get confused, because they are looking for loud attention, while women express emotional interest in subtle, meaningful ways. See, emotional attraction makes a woman want continuity. She wants the connection to stay alive, even in small forms. She might send you a message that says, "This made me think of you," or share a video, a quote, or a joke that reminded her of something you once talked about. That is not random. That as her mind linking everyday moments back to you. When a woman is emotionally drawn to you, you become part of her mental space. She sees something during her day and immediately thinks of you. That means you are already emotionally present, even when you are not physically there. And emotional presence is more powerful than constant communication. She may also ask for your opinion on things that matter to her. Not because she can't decide, but because your perspective matters. Emotional attraction makes a woman value a man's thoughts. She wants to know how you think, how you feel, how you see the world. That's her way of deepening the bond without forcing anything. Another way she stays connected is by checking in, not in a needy way, not blowing up your phone, but a simple, "How was your day?" or "Did everything go well today?" That's care. That's emotional concern. A woman does not emotionally check in on a man she feels indifferent about. You'll also notice that her communication has intention. She doesn't text just to talk. She texts to connect. There's warmth in her words. There's curiosity. There's consistency. Emotional attraction creates rhythm, not pressure. She wants to maintain closeness without pushing you away. Sometimes she creates moments for conversation. She brings up topics you both enjoy. She references past conversations. She continues unfinished discussions from days ago. That's emotional investment. She's building a thread between moments, turning separate interactions into one ongoing connection. And here's something important. She may mirror your energy. If you pull back slightly, she might find a gentle way to reconnect, not chasing, but reminding you she's there. Emotional attraction makes a woman protect the connection without appearing desperate. Staying connected also means she includes you in her world. She talks about her day, her environment, the things happening around her. She's slowly letting you step into her life, not all at once, but piece by piece. That's how emotional bonds grow, through shared awareness. So fellas, don't underestimate the small reach outs, the thoughtful messages, the quiet check-ins. When a woman finds reasons to stay connected with you, it's because emotionally she already is. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the clearest signs that a woman is emotionally attracted to you shows up when you're not even around. It's not about jealousy or drama. It's about impact. When your absence creates a shift in her energy, that's emotional attachment revealing itself. See, when a woman doesn't care, your presence or absence makes no difference. She continues exactly the same. But when she's emotionally connected, your absence is felt. The conversations feel different. Her tone changes. She becomes quieter, more reflective, or slightly distant, not because she's losing interest, but because she noticed you're not there. A woman emotionally attached doesn't chase when you pull back. Instead, she becomes aware. She starts wondering. She replays moments. She asks herself questions. Emotional attraction creates internal dialogue. And when you step away, that dialogue gets louder. You might notice she reaches out in a subtle way, not demanding attention, not accusing you, but checking in. Or you might notice the opposite. She gives you space, but watches closely. Either response means you mattered enough to be noticed. Indifference has no reaction. Emotional attachment always does. Her mood can also shift. She may seem less expressive, less playful, less engaged. That's because emotional connection brings emotional reliance. When someone becomes part of your emotional routine, their absence disrupts that balance. And women feel disruptions deeply. Sometimes her absence response shows up later. She might mention that things felt different when you weren't around, or she may ask indirectly where you've been. Women often express emotional impact through reflection rather than confrontation. It's important to understand this isn't about control. A woman emotionally attracted to you doesn't want to possess you. She wants to feel you. When you're gone, that emotional signal fades, and she becomes aware of how much it mattered. If she didn't care, she wouldn't notice. If she wasn't emotionally invested, there would be no shift, no curiosity, no pause. Emotional attraction creates sensitivity to presence. That sensitivity doesn't disappear. When you leave, it becomes more noticeable. You may also see that she becomes more attentive when you return, more engaged, more open. That's because your absence clarified your emotional value in her life. Distance has a way of revealing attachment. Now listen carefully, this only applies when the connection was healthy. Emotional attraction responds to absence with awareness, not chaos. If she respects your space, but feels your absence, that's emotional maturity combined with emotional interest. So fellas, don't confuse emotional reaction with weakness. When your absence affects her energy, her communication, or her mood, it's not manipulation. It's emotional attachment quietly showing itself. Ladies and gentlemen, when a woman is emotionally attracted to you, one of the strongest signals you'll notice is the way she respects you. And I'm not talking about surface level politeness. I'm talking about deep, intentional respect for who you are, how you move, and what you stand for. Respect shows up in how she listens to you. When you speak, she pays attention. She doesn't interrupt to dominate the conversation. She doesn't dismiss your opinions or minimize your experiences. She values your perspective because emotionally, your words matter to her. A woman does not truly listen to a man she does not respect. You'll see respect in how she treats your time. She understands you have responsibilities, goals, and a life. She doesn't guilt you for being busy. She appreciates the time you give her instead of demanding more. Emotional attraction makes a woman honor a man's priorities, not compete with them. Another powerful form of respect is how she speaks about you, especially when you're not around. She doesn't belittle you to others. She doesn't mock your struggles. Instead, she defends you, uplifts you, and speaks with pride. That's emotional attachment mixed with admiration. Respect also shows in how she responds to your boundaries. When you say no, she doesn't push. When you need space, understands. When you set limits, she honors them. A woman emotionally attracted to you doesn't feel threatened by boundaries. She feels safer because boundaries signal strength and self-respect. You'll also notice she considers your feelings and her actions. She thinks before she speaks. She avoids intentionally hurting you. Emotional attraction makes a woman careful with a man's heart. Carelessness comes from indifference, not affection. Admiration is another layer of respect. She sees qualities in you that inspire her. Your work ethic, your values, your discipline, your integrity. She may not always say it directly, but it shows in how she looks at you, how she encourages you, and how she supports your growth. Emotional attraction creates pride. Even in disagreement, respect remains. She may not always agree with you, but she doesn't attack your character. She wants to understand, not dominate. That's emotional maturity combined with emotional attraction. And here's something important. When a woman respects you, she doesn't try to change who you are at your core. She accepts you while believing in your potential. That balance is powerful. It means she sees you clearly and still chooses you. So fellas, attraction without respect fades. But when a woman respects you deeply, it's because emotionally she values you as a man, not just as a moment in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, when a woman is emotionally attracted to you, her support goes far beyond words of encouragement. It becomes a steady presence in your life, especially when things aren't going your way. Anyone can celebrate you when you're winning, but emotional attraction reveals itself when she stands with you during uncertainty, struggle, and growth. You'll notice that she believes in you, sometimes even before you fully believe in yourself. She sees your potential, not just your current situation. When you talk about your goals, she listens with interest, not doubt. She doesn't laugh at your dreams or shrink them to fit fear. Emotional attraction makes a woman want to see you rise. Her support shows up in small, consistent ways. She checks on you when you're stressed. She encourages you before important moments. She reminds you of your strengths when you feel weak. These actions aren't loud or dramatic, but they're intentional. Emotional attachment makes a woman emotionally invest in a man's progress. When you fail or fall short, she doesn't turn cold. She doesn't use your low moments against you. Instead, she offers understanding. She listens. She gives reassurance without making you feel smaller. A woman emotionally attracted to you wants to be a safe place, not another battlefield. You'll also notice she respects your process. She understands that growth takes time. She doesn't rush you or pressure you to be perfect. Emotional attraction creates patience. She allows you to evolve while still standing beside you. Support also means she celebrates your victories genuinely, not with jealousy, not with comparison, but with pride. She feels joy in your success because emotionally your wins feel personal to her. That's a deep form of connection. Sometimes her support is quiet. She doesn't always announce it. She just shows up. She stays consistent. Emotional attraction doesn't need applause. It needs presence. You may find that she encourages you to take care of yourself. She reminds you to rest, to stay balanced, to protect your well-being. That's emotional care. She wants you strong, healthy, and whole, not just productive. And here's something important. When a woman supports your growth, she's emotionally invested in your future. She sees herself in the journey. She's not just passing through your life. She's building emotional roots. So fellas, when a woman supports you in your struggles, believes in your dreams, and stands by your growth, that's not casual interest. That's emotional attraction at its deepest level.